Spotting fake news can be difficult. Even people who are aware of the damage that fake news can cause may not realize they're reading or viewing fake news until a friend or legitimate media outlet identifies that that was a bogus report. These techniques will highlight the subtle indication of falsehood students can look for in the news they consume and the vetting required to identify fake news and stop it from spreading. This is the 5 techniques to identify fake news. So, first, check the source. Take a moment to check the source of the article. Pay special attention to the domain. Often students will use .edu, .gov, .com, or .org sites for research. For example, CNN Philippines site is cnnphilippines.com, but a hoax site may use something like cnnnews.com.co or cnnphilippines.info to trick viewers. When in doubt, you can click the site's home page and investigate who they are from there. Be sure to note any personal or political biases that may impact the reporting. Number 2. Search for other sources. As a general rule, you should always have at least 2 reputable sources for a story before you do anything with it, which includes putting it in a research paper or simply tweeting it. So if you can find another source to confirm the story using a search engine, if the other source reporting it are untrustworthy, it's probably false. However, if it is being widely reported by reputable news sites, it's most likely true. Number 3. Investigate the article. If you are still unsure, begin looking at the article itself. First, check the date to make sure it is current. A lot of false news are simply old stories being presented as new events. You can search for passages from the article to see if they appear on other sites and even use Google image search to check and see where else the image appear. While text and image that appears elsewhere aren't necessarily a sign of a hoax, they can be if they appear on a lot of hoax websites or on unrelated articles. Number 4. Visit fact-checking websites. If a story has been widely viewed, it most likely has been examined by one of the many fact-checking websites. Visit and search for the topic on sites such as factcheck.org, politifact.com, and snopes.com, all of which provide fact-checking archives for news in worldwide. And lastly, number 5. When in doubt, stay away. If you can't independently verify an article, especially if it makes grandiose claim, it's best to stay away from it. With legitimate news, reporters are constantly working to verify and check what others are reporting on. Much the same way scientists validate the work of other scientists. If other journalists haven't verified or debunked the claim, it's probably best to stay away. In the end, most false news is spread not because people are genuinely trustful, but because the story's headline appealed to the reader's preconceived notions and they opted to share it, often without reading the article. If you think critically about the articles you read, including those which you wholly agree, and you take the time to examine them for truthfulness and accuracy. You can do a great deal to counter a fake news and stop the spreading of false news. That's all. Thank you. I hope you enjoy and you learned something new.